Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of the Scenic Route. We are at my house and I've got with me my client Kyla, who has competed before in a small show, but she's working now with me. We've been working together for a few months. How many months? Three?
Yeah, actually.
3 months, working towards her first NPC competition. So what I wanted to do was to bring her here to help me with this episode so that I could give a valuable episode to a first-time competitor. So she's got some questions for me that she wants to ask me, you know, from the perspective of someone who's looking to get into NPC bikini competitions, looking to maybe progress to the IFBB Pro League, and we are also going to go through some posing today. So she's obviously done one competition before, but we haven't done any posing us together, so it's going to be a good chance for you guys to get some valuable information about posing, and of course for Kyla to learn what I want her to do on stage as well. So hit me with your question.
So my first question actually is, as a first-time competitor, what would be how would you determine good show as, you know, picking from muscle contest or NPC? Like, how do you choose your show?
So in whatever area you're in, there will be a lot of different competitions. Obviously for you in California, Muscle Contest has a lot of shows, and also Spectrum Fitness Productions. I've got clients, you know, in New Zealand, so that's all one federation, the NZIFBB. In Australia, it's the IFBB Pro League Australia, and you know, each of the different countries or regions will have something that you can go online and look at all of the different shows. And obviously, as your coach, I'm going to be helping you to choose which one you're going to do. So in America, NPC is the federation. When you progress to a professional level, you are part of the IFBB Pro League. So the NPC and the Pro League are essentially they're the same thing. You evolve from NPC into the IFBB Pro League. NPC News Online is the website that has all of the information about shows. So, you know, for you in California, Muscle Contest is a great place to start, and that's, you know, where we will start you. So we'll choose a good Muscle Contest show to do. In terms of, you know, choosing your regional shows, so let's talk about it as a regional show and a national show. You're choosing a regional show, it really depends, you know, how much experience you've got. I have clients that come to me having never done any competition, or they're like you and they've done a competition, but maybe it wasn't actually an NPC competition, it was just a small, you know, there are different, you know, small competitions run by gyms or whatever. So, you know, there's kind of that entry level of like getting your feet wet and then doing an NPC competition and then going on to doing a national NPC competition. So any amateur competition it's part of the NPC. So NPC runs, the National Physique Committee runs all of the amateur competitions, and what you'll be looking at doing is choosing a muscle contest show that's, you know, essentially it's about choosing one that's at a good time for you. If you want to compete in July, we'll choose one in July. If you want to compete in January, we'll choose one in January. So there's, you know, there's a lot of different shows to choose from. You're kind of spoilt. If you're like for my clients in New Zealand, there's only a handful of regional shows in the year. So it's like, you know, I could sit here right now and tell you roughly the date of every single show in New Zealand that my clients could possibly choose from, and so that's a bit more limited. But for you, there's a lot more to choose from.
Right.
You know, so it's, you're pretty spoilt for choice of choosing a show. So you're choosing a muscle contest show, and you're going to go into that show and you're going to want to place top 2 and qualify for nationals. At a national level, you want to place top 2 to win your pro card. So you're starting out in NPC, muscle contest, Spectrum Fitness, whatever. You know, if you were in New York, there'd be a different organisation. It's not Muscle Contest, it's something else that they run the NPC shows. So really, any NPC show is going to be the right place to get your feet wet and then go on to a national show. You don't immediately have to go on to a national show. Your national qualification is good for the whole year, so, you know, you can take some time off, make improvements, go back, do a national show, and then you're wanting to place top 2 at a national level to win your pro card. And then, of course, when you're an IFBB Pro, you can essentially choose any competition anywhere in the world and you can go and do it. With the exception of, obviously, the Olympia, which you need to qualify for, and there are certain shows which are by invitation only, like the Arnold Classic. So, yeah, at an NPC level, it's really about working with your coach to set a good time frame for you personally to compete. Like, you know, do you need to lose a lot of body fat to get ready? Or do you need to build more muscle? Depending on what the focus is for you and getting your physique to that mark, that's going to determine kind of how long you want to spend. Generally speaking, the more time you've got to make improvements, the better before you get on stage. Make sense?
Definitely. Actually, on top of that, I do remember, isn't there some sort of membership fees, like as an amateur, like you have to pay for the certain category, but then if and when you make pro, you actually don't have to pay those fees?
There's, so at an amateur level, you pay a fee, which is basically your membership fee to the NPC, and then you pay for each show you enter.
Got it.
Once you turn pro, you don't have to pay entry fees for the shows, but you do have to pay your annual fee for being a pro. Okay. So you pay each year to have your pro card. Yeah. And once you've got your pro card, you can go anywhere in the world and compete.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's how that works.
Another question, so for choosing, like, specifically for bikini fitness competitors, how would you, I guess, like, the cut and the color, like, what is your recommendation or tips on that?
Okay, so as an amateur, it's different regulations as such for a pro, and some countries are different. So depending on where you are listening to this from, you'll have different rules around the cut of your bikini. So I know for my girls that are in New Zealand they've been a lot stricter on the cut of the bottom of your suit. If it's too skimpy, you'll be sent home and you'll be told to come back with something better, which is not ideal, obviously. So you want to make sure that you're going online to your organisation and checking the rules for the exact requirements of the bikini just to be sure. But if you're using any suit maker that makes a lot of suits, any well-known suit maker, they should know what the requirements are. And in terms of the best cut for your physique, that will be a matter of working with your coach, but also working with your suit maker. Like I might have an idea of something slightly different that would work. I mean, I prefer the typical like triangle cut, but some wear a top that's more like a bra shape, so it's slightly different. But again, it's really a matter of choosing what you like in terms of the cut, but checking with your coach and then checking that it passes the regulations in your area. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So you have to be a bit careful with the cut. I know in America they're a lot more lenient. Like the bottoms of the bikini competitors at an amateur level, to me, they look exactly the same as mine do as a pro. So it's a bit different. So wherever you're, NPC News Online, we have all the regulations for American competitors, New Zealanders, NZIFBB website, Australia, IFBB Pro League Australia website. Make sure you're checking to make sure you've got it right. But again, your coach should be able to guide you on that as well. In terms of the colour, I'm pretty strategic in terms of, the colours I would recommend to people. And I think, most coaches may not be like this. I'm pretty OCD, but generally speaking, it's the colours that are like a bold colour that are going to look best, like a bold green, a bold purple, blue, red, because they really stand out on stage. Not many people could pull off like a pastel colour, or because you tend to get washed out, you know what I mean? Some people can pull off black, but some people it doesn't look that great, looks too harsh or whatever it is. So again, I think it's a matter of working with your coach and choosing a colour that I guess you like it and it suits you, but don't choose a colour that is your favourite colour just because it's your favourite colour if it doesn't look good on you or it doesn't look good on the stage on you. So let's say my favourite colour was pastel pink. I wouldn't wear a pastel pink bikini. I don't even like pink. No. But I wouldn't wear a pink bikini because I would look like a walking Barbie doll with muscles, and that's not the look I'm going for. unfortunately. I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, generally speaking, a bold colour. For you, I would say, you know, you are young, you look kind of cute. I would say we want to pick a colour that's going to make you look like mature and like smouldering, like a strong red, or nothing too pretty. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I mean, if we're getting really technical, I'd be want to looking at your kind of your stage personality.
Okay.
Like if you've got like a really bubbly, cute personality, that would be even more reason to be like, okay, let's not make the bikini too cute, because it's going to be like just too much cute, you know?
Got it.
For, you know, yeah, it's very much there's no right and wrong. It's just a matter of what's best. And, you know, I've worn a lot of different colours. You know, majority of the time I'm wearing some kind of blue. But I have worn it like a deep red, like a wine kind of red. I've never worn fire truck red, although a lot of people tell me I should, but fire truck red is like my least favourite colour. So I'm like, hell no, I don't care how good it looks, I ain't not wearing it.
Yeah.
You know, my Ice Queen blue, that really pale blue that I wear, that's like, almost nobody wears that, so it's kind of my colour. A lot of people can't pull it off. A lot of blondes couldn't pull it off because you washed out. But because I've got quite a warm skin tone, I managed to pull it off, and so that's kind of good because it's unique and it stands out.
Right.
But unique can also be dangerous if it's like, whoa, like what is that?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm saying unique, but you're not going to get up there wearing leopard print or something, because that's like, you know what I mean? So there is no right and wrong, and to be honest, a lot of the sport, fitness, nutrition, all of that, there's no right and wrong for a lot of stuff. It's more like working with someone who's got the experience to give you the best recommendations. And you know, you might look amazing in a green suit, and you may also look amazing in a blue suit and amazing in a red suit, and then it's like, okay, which one do you like better?
Right.
So yeah, that's you know, in terms of from a judging perspective, it's like they're judging the overall package, you know. So you've got a whole panel of judges. If you're wearing purple, there may be two of the judges that really hate purple, but it's not like they're going to mark you down because they don't like the colour of your suit. It's about the overall package. So making sure that your hair, your suit, your tan, everything works well together. And that's something to be kind of keep in mind as well when you're choosing your suit colour. You know, I've worn gold a couple of times, and once when I wore gold, it looked great. The other time when I wore gold, which was at my first Olympia, my tan was way too dark. The tanning people basically messed it up. It was way too dark, and it was just too much gold. It was just like gold everything, because, you know, gold suit, gold hair essentially, and gold tan. So it's, you know, you've got to kind of be careful with that. Obviously, there are some suit colours where it would be more safe. Like, if you're wearing a red suit, it's like, you don't want your tan to be too dark anyway, but it would be hard to kind of screw it up like that, you know what I mean? So that's kind of, there's no right and wrong, but we will choose a colour and you will look beautiful.
Thank you.